and welcome back to another episode of Copley Performance Engineering YouTube channel. Today we're going to get back to the spoiler. I did some off-camera work on it using some epoxy to glue the ribs on, and it turned out good. I will have to go back and sand it out a little bit to make it look a little nicer, but overall I think it's going to make this thing very rigid, which is exactly what I want, but still somewhat lightweight. We'll find out at the end. So yeah, I still got a bunch of ribs to finish up now, so I'm kind of going to show you the process. First thing I do is I got to start by sanding it down more, because remember I scuffed it with the blue pad? Well, that's just not, it's not coarse enough, so I'm using 60 grit sandpaper instead to really scuff it good to give that epoxy something to bite into. The other thing I'm doing is I'm putting epoxy in this this backbone here too. I think that'll help me give me some rigidity in the other direction too. Plus there's a void there from where I had to cut the outer layer of aluminum to make it fold over. So I'm just going to scuff that area too. All right. That feels pretty good. Blow it off. Yeah. Probably should have vacuumed that first. All right, so now there's just enough of my mark left here I can see that I can remark it. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I wanted to wipe it with some alcohol. I just used denatured alcohol. It's going to wipe the Sharpie right back off. That's all right. Give that a second to dry off. All right, now we can remark. All right, now we just got to clamp the block back down. Yeah, so something like that. Just kind of fidgety with it. I don't like this clamp. It doesn't. Oh, there's a better one. It's just not very strong. There we go. That one's much better. There, that looks about where I want it. All right, now I'll grab the putty. So I'm just using the JB Weld steel stick. I just kind of slice me off a little spot here. I've just been kind of using like maybe a 1/2 inch at a time. It's like a log with the two different epoxies. And when you knead them together, it activates, and then eventually it'll set. It doesn't take very long. So just pull that plastic off, and then just kind of knead it until it becomes consistent. As you can see, it's starting to get consistently a dark gray black. Now I'm just gonna peel a little off, make like a little worm. I'm gonna wrap it around the tip here. Get it to stop sticking to my gloves. Now I'm just going to kind of push it down into the corner there. And that'll help hold the two together real nice. All right, this side now. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of make sure that's up in there nice, good. Yeah, I'll put it back here in a sec once I push it down in there. It keeps pushing this back. Oh, I just need something heavy. That'll do her. All right. Now we are on the clock here, so gotta keep moving somewhat quick because it doesn't take terribly long before it starts to set. You know when it starts to set because it starts getting warm. So that's good. This is probably overkill, but I would, like I said, I can go back and sand off the excess, so it's not a huge deal. But for now, we just want to make sure that it's mounted on there good. And then we could take the clamp off and do where we can't get to right now, where the wood is. Like I can't get my finger in there. I'm trying to at least get the end nice and locked on. Take some of that excess, put it over here. So yeah, just like that. Make sure that's tight. Push it all back down. There in like 5 minutes, that'll be hard. And we'll be able to move on to another rib. I'm just kind of doing one at a time to get them locked in. Okay, so I've got all the ribs sanded and cleaned up and prepped and ready. I added a couple more braces just to make sure it's flat, especially along this back edge. So now I'm just going to go to town with more putty. I'm going to start with this one down here and work my way over. This is how much I got left of this roll. Like I said, I got one more, so we might need to might have to get another stick. Got the spoiler mounted back on the car. All the ribs are completely done, and went ahead and sanded them off camera because I just wanted to get her done. So yeah, I think that turned out good, and it's pretty rigid. Once it gets warm enough outside, we'll mount a GoPro off to the side, and we'll watch that profile as we go up to highway speed and see if it bends over. Anyway, so I went ahead and I put filler in the gap here that was left behind. Might need a little bit more just to try to make it nice and smooth transition there. Make it look good. And then we'll pull the spoiler off, and we'll scuff it all down, and we'll paint it black. And then we'll scuff this all down and paint it the same gray that the fenders are gonna be, like the one that's done. All right, so anyway, that's gonna wrap up today's video. Thanks for hanging out. I know it was boring, but that's my life. Anyway, please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for next week. We'll probably be finishing up the fender flares because there's a new project hopefully coming next weekend. So thanks for watching.
Right, buddy.